What's up, gang? It's Zillux, and I'm back with another video. Now, this is going to be the second video in my series of trading noob to pro, and in this one, I'm going to be going over prop firms and what they are exactly and everything about them. And I do want to mention that the prop firms I talk about here are specifically for trading the futures contracts, which is going to be stuff like the NASDAQ 100 E-mini futures, or for example, gold futures. So keep in mind you can't trade things like Forex or crypto with these. And before I start with the rest of the video, I just want to let you guys know that I do upload almost daily on TikTok and Instagram, so I'm going to link that below. Make sure you guys follow me. It's worth it, I promise. Alright, so I made a super scuffed presentation on prop firms and everything about them, so let's hop straight in. So first I wanted to start with this quick disclaimer. If you're brand new to trading and you have not even understood what paper trading is or anything like that first, make sure you go watch my first video in this series on TradingView and how to set that up, because you should not be worrying about prop firms at all as a brand new beginner trader. And the number one most important thing is to get experience trading before you even look to risk money in the trading scene. Get your edge down, figure it out, and then start trying to trade prop firms in real money. But now that I have that out of the way, let's discuss why you should learn about prop firms. And the number one reason I think is it allows you to risk real money, which is going to help with your psychology a lot. Because in my opinion, it's kind of easy to enter trades on paper knowing that you're not really risking anything at all. And you're going to learn as you go from paper trading to prop firms. It becomes a little harder on your emotions to enter and exit and stay in trades, because you know you have real money on the line rather than, pixels on your paper trading account. And the nice thing about prop firms as well is that they're very low risk, meaning that you don't really have to invest a lot of money to get started, but it can lead to a pretty high reward in payouts. I'm talking like a couple thousands as your first payout. Now, obviously, getting that first payout is going to take a while to achieve, and not even I have received a payout yet. But I will say prop firms do allow you to actually make the money quicker, because you're allowed to use the prop firm's capital as leverage, and eventually get payouts more than you would be able to risking your own money. Like, imagine you could only put in $100. If you're being good about risk management, that means you can only risk 1 to 2%. So you'd have to risk $1 or $2, and it would take a super long time for you to get to even $1,000 in profit given that original account balance. So first, let's go over how prop firms actually work. So in the simplest form possible, the first thing you're ever going to do for a prop firm is you're going to buy an account. And there's multiple account sizes, which I'll go over later. But essentially, you're buying a monthly subscription at first for the account, because you're going to attempt to pass an evaluation. And to pass an eval, you have to hit a profit target. So for me and a lot of others, we trade $50,000 accounts, which typically the profit target is around $3,000. So you need to go from a balance of 50,000 to a balance of 53,000 to pass the evaluation stage. And once you do that, you activate the account. Usually this has a fee. And once you do that, you'll make another, $3,000 or $2,500, and you're able to request a payout from that firm, and they will transfer that money directly to your bank account. Now, as far as typical costs go, we're looking around $30 to $70 a month, depending on which firm you choose for just the evaluation. So $50,000 accounts will cost around $30 to $70 a month, depending on which firm you actually choose. And there are different account sizes as well, like there's 25,000, 75,000, 100,000, and higher. If you look at the websites of the different firms I mentioned later in the video, you'll be able to see, the price of exactly what account you might want. And then once you do actually pass that evaluation phase, typically the prices I've seen are either $140 or $149, so quite pricey, to be honest. So these are the three firms I'm going to talk about in my video. There are multiple other ones like Tradeify or Alpha Futures, but these are the three I know the most about, and two of them I have experience with, so I'm going to talk about them. And just so you know, all these prop firms basically do the same thing. They give you access to their capital, and you trade using an account they give you. And once you make a certain amount of money, they pay you. The only difference is they have tons of different rules that you have to follow, and they can vary between the prop firms. So firstly, My Funded Futures, I would say, is the most beginner friendly. There's actually zero activation fee for passing an eval. So you pay the 70-ish bucks a month for the eval, and once you pass it, All you have to do is just activate the account and you can start trading on the performance account. They're also beginner friendly because they objectively have the best rules for traders just getting started. And some major things that I notice on the starter account that I really like is that the drawdown mode is at the end of the day. So your minimum account balance will move up based on how you did at the end of the day, not during every single trade that you take throughout the day. Now, obviously, we also have the no activation fee, and also the daily drawdown is only half of the max drawdown. So you can never blow your account in one single day. You can only blow half of it, which is kind of nice for beginners because, you know, sometimes you might over leverage, etc. And it kind of gives you that sense of security knowing that, okay, I can like mess up once and I'll still have another try during this account. The payout rules are also super good. All you need is $100 minimum per day, and you can at least get a $250 payout once you pass the eval. Now, their bigger accounts are a little more expensive, especially on the expert and everything else, but this definitely gives you a little more freedom. They have no consistency rule on the funded account, which means you can make as much money as you like in one day. And the trade-off for that is you actually get a lower max drawdown on the 50K account compared to starter. So once you get used to the starter and you maybe get a couple payouts, you could maybe move to an expert of whatever size you'd like and get access to a little more freedom. So what I've heard from Top Step is that they have the best psychology tools. For example, one of their features is you can lock your account for the rest of the day. Meaning if one of your rules is that if you take a loss, you can't place another trade for the rest of the day, you have access to a button that forces you to follow that rule and doesn't let you execute any more trades. And they also have a good UI for checking your weekly P&L and other trades, and I'll show you guys a picture real quick. This is what the calendar looks like. I think it's pretty clean seeing, you know, how much money you make and how many trades you take. And they also have features like this where you can see your win percentage, your average win, etc. And the last firm I'm going to talk about is called Apex Trader Funding. And I would consider this prop firm the endgame firm. And the reason why I say this is because they give you the most leverage and the best ability to make the most money once you really know what you're doing. And the way you do this is by copy trading. And essentially what copy trading is you can buy multiple accounts and execute trades with one click of a button on each of the different accounts. So what you can do is you can pass a couple of accounts, you know, have 3 or so stacked up. And then when you execute on one, it'll execute on all 3. And let's say you make $200 on that trade. Well, you actually made $600 because it executed on each account. And multiple other firms do offer this, but the reason why Apex is the best is because they let you own up to 20 accounts. And essentially what that means is if you have 20 50K accounts and you're making $200 a trade, you know, 1R, that means you're making $4,000 on a 1R trade. Now, obviously, it'll take a lot of money to actually own all 20 accounts and pay the activation fee and stuff, but when you really know what you're doing and you're getting consistent payouts, that is how you're going to maximize the amount of money you're making with these prop firms. And no other prop firm allows that many. I think MFFU is 5, and that was just added. It was 3 before. So an end goal for me is once I get consistent with MFFU payouts and stuff like that, I'm going to start copy trading with Apex accounts. Now make sure if you guys do plan on purchasing any accounts from the prop firms I mentioned to use a discount code. Right now Apex has an 80% sale, and I believe MFFU has a 50% sale at the time of uploading this video. And while I don't have any affiliate codes, please sponsor me, MFFU. But in the meantime, while I don't have a code, you can use the code Dodgy for Apex and code Reliable for MFFU. These are the 2 guys that I learned from right now, and they have codes. And I remember when I first learned about prop firms, I thought it was an insane idea that a company would give you money and you could potentially lose it. But after I learned more about it, it's not really risking as much of their funds as you might think. There's rules in place to not let you go past a certain amount of money, and they actually make a lot of money from people passing evals or paying those activation fees, and they end up actually making a lot of money. And you don't have to worry, there's no like legal issue if you lose their money. I thought that at first because I had no idea how it worked, but trust me, there's no risk involved besides the money you put in to buy the account. And the rules are kind of designed to make it harder on you and eventually lead you to maybe blow an account. But the access to a lot of funds is kind of something that is unmatched, so it's worth it. And if you guys made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you all. I would love it if you could drop a like or a sub, and also if you could follow my other social medias, that would be awesome. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever about anything I talked about in this video or just trading at all, make sure to leave a comment and I will do my best to answer whatever question you might have. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I helped some of you learn some things, and peace.